Hi everybody, welcome to AjaMadeYa, a channel all about food and nutrition. So before I get into today's video, I teamed up with two of my classmates and we're doing a giveaway on Instagram. So all you have to do to enter that giveaway is make sure you're following all three of us and tag a friend in the comments below. And we will pick a winner and the winner gets these health products that we've chosen. I think there's gonna be two winners, not sure yet, but all the details will be on the Instagram post, so look out for that. For my contribution to the giveaway, I've picked out a few of my favorite items. I picked an Nalgene water bottle, which I use all the time. I carry it with me everywhere I go. Obviously, I bought a new one for the giveaway. So yeah, you're gonna get a Nalgene water bottle and some food products that I use all the time, like quinoa, hemp hearts, and then some gluten-free pasta. So yeah, look out for that on Instagram. It'll be popping up this week. I'm super excited to do this giveaway because there's some really good products in here. Like there's three of us and we each put up about 4 or 5 products. So, I mean, if you win, you're winning a pretty big basket. So today's video is about how I transitioned my lifestyle from the varsity athlete lifestyle to the NARP lifestyle. And for those of you who may not know, the NARP stands for non-athletic regular person. A little mean, but I am now a NARP and I am enjoying it, so it's way better on this side. This topic was actually suggested to me by my friend Courtney O'Keefe, and she asked me if I could make a video about this topic, so thanks for the suggestion. And if any of you guys have any suggestions for videos, please let me know in the comments below. Back to the lifestyle change. So I think when I was playing varsity volleyball, my total energy expenditure for every day was probably around 1800 calories per day. Obviously it would be higher on days that I'd have more than one practice, but for the most part 1800 calories is what I should have been eating the whole time. And now when I have a really low energy expenditure because I only work out 1 or 2 times a week now, it's probably down to about 1500. The hardest part about that is changing my eating habits so they reflect the amount of calories that I'm actually using throughout the day. This is the varsity athletes version of the freshman 15, except now we're 22 and in grad school or working full time. Like honestly, playing volleyball and working out 1 to 2 times a day wasn't the challenge. The real challenge now is eating less than I did during that time. So changing my eating habits that I've had for the past 4 years is the true challenge, and it's been a struggle. It would be easy for me to sit here and tell you just to work out more, but I mean, we're all busy. It's really hard to get to the gym. And this channel is about food and nutrition, so why don't I just give you some nutrition tips on how to maintain your body weight and change your eating habits from the varsity athlete lifestyle to the NARP lifestyle. And I'm sorry if I offend anyone by saying NARP, it's just how me and my friends talk. So I've come up with 4 tips to help you change your eating habits to suit your current lifestyle. So the first tip is really simple, and that is to reduce your portion sizes. So if you use a smaller plate or a smaller bowl for your portions, you're likely to eat less. And I know it sounds a little dumb, but it actually does work. The second tip is to never buy lunch. First of all, it's a huge waste of money because lunch is usually like 15 bucks, so if you're spending that every day, that really adds up. And second of all, the portion sizes are massive when you buy lunch at the food court or the cafeteria. So what I do is I just take my leftovers from dinner the night before and pack that up for lunch the next day. Or you can meal prep, which is what my boyfriend does, where he'll meal prep on Sunday nights and then he'll have at least 2 meals every day for the rest of the week. Even if you avoid the traditionally unhealthy foods, like getting a burger and fries, the rice bowls and the salad bowls still contain so many hidden calories in the sauces and even just the way that the food is made. That still impacts your health and it still impacts the amount of calories that you're consuming. For example, I'm gonna break down a burrito bowl from Chipotle. It's massive. I mean, most people can probably only finish 2/3 of it, but if you see the whole thing in front of you, you're gonna wanna eat the whole thing. And this burrito bowl is probably over 1,000 calories, so if your energy expenditure throughout the entire day is 1500 calories, eating 1,000-calorie burrito bowl just at lunch is already 2/3 of the amount of calories that you should be eating for the whole day. And again, like, this is perfect for athletes because they gotta be eating all the time. I mean, a burrito bowl is great for a pre or post-workout food because there's lots of carbs in it and protein in it, but For the regular person, eating a 1,000 calorie burrito bowl at lunch for one meal just seems a little bit ridiculous. However, if you make your burrito bowl at home and you use quinoa, real lettuce, you make a smaller portion size, and you bake your chicken, this homemade burrito bowl will be around 400-500 calories instead of 1,000. So, I mean, if you're eating 1,500 calories in a day, 400 to 500 calories seems like a normal amount of calories that you should be eating in one sitting. So the third tip is to eat more foods that fill you up. When you're an elite athlete, all you focus on is carbs, 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 because those provide the fuel for your workouts and your competition, and they just help you perform at the optimal level. However, now we need to focus on eating foods that fill you up, and these can come in the form of carbs, protein, or fat, whichever macronutrient. You just gotta find the right foods. And for me, those foods always contain fiber. Fiber always comes back. Anyways, instead of focusing on carbs, 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 you want to have a well-rounded diet that has carbs, protein, and fat in it. And you want to eat how the food guide tells you to, so half vegetables, a quarter protein, and a quarter whole grain. And it's great because whole grains and vegetables and fruit have tons of fiber in them. So really, it's the optimal diet for a NARP. So protein, fat, and fiber help keep you fuller longer, and they take up a lot more space in your stomach than just simple carbohydrates. So an eggy avocado on whole grain toast is a really good example of a food that will keep you feeling fuller for longer. Whenever I have this for breakfast, I'm not even thinking about how hungry I am. Like for the next 3 or 4 hours until lunch, I am so dialed in because I'm full. This is because the whole grain toast contains fiber, the avocado contains all the fat, and the egg contains protein and fat. So all of these things lead to you feeling a lot more full. I know avocados go bad pretty quickly, and they're a little bit more expensive, especially here in Toronto. So my suggestion is to go to Metro or No Frills or Loblaws and get some frozen avocado. This is what I did when I was in school because it lasted forever. I mean, it's frozen and it still pretty much gives the same effect as a fresh avocado. To get your money's worth out of eating avocado, purchase the frozen avocado, and then when you want to use it, just take it out the night before and put it in the fridge. It comes in little chunks, so it's really easy to spread on toast, or I would make guacamole out of it. I mean, it all tastes the same anyways. And this takes me to my final tip, which is to eat a large breakfast. I know with intermittent fasting being really big right now, people skip breakfast, and there are just some people who just hate eating in the morning as soon as they wake up, and I'm one of those people. Usually when I wake up, I'll drink a whole glass of water, and then I'm pretty good until I get hungry. So realistically, breakfast just means the first meal you eat after you wake up. So this can be at 12 o'clock, this can be at 2 p.m., or this can be at 7 a.m. It really doesn't matter as long as you're really thinking about that first meal that you eat after you wake up. Breakfast, whether it's at 8 a.m. or 2 p.m., should be the largest meal that you eat of the day because it's going to keep your energy levels sustained until your next meal. And you will feel fuller for longer. So I guess the theme of this video is to eat foods that fill you up. So I usually have class 9 to 5, and last semester I was doing a really good job at making a really large batch of overnight oats before I went to class the next day. So I'd make them the night before, and then I'd have a pretty decent sized bowl of overnight oats. So I'd just run out of my house at 7 a.m. to get to school for 9 a.m. I know, 2-hour commute, it's actually insane. That's what I get for going to school in Toronto. But I would grab my overnight oats and I wouldn't eat them until about 10 or 11 o'clock because that's when I started getting hungry. And then I'd eat my overnight oats and I realized that I didn't need lunch, so I'd wait until I got hungry again to eat. And this ties into intuitive eating, which means that you're just really being mindful of when you're hungry, what foods fill you up, and when you need to eat next. This time that you get hungry in the morning is different for everybody, but I'm just saying, when you do find that you get hungry, you want to be eating a big meal so you feel fuller for longer. Don't just snack because you're gonna snack throughout your entire work day. And I know I've been mentioning calories, so I'm making it seem like you should be counting calories, but really that is not the way to go. Counting calories is pretty toxic. I mean, I've been through a lot with food. I think that's why I chose to go into nutrition in the first place, because I used to be one of those people who thought about every single piece of food that I was putting into my mouth. I would count calories. Okay, this is getting a little bit personal. Maybe I'll make another video about it. I won't get too much into it. But honestly, counting calories is not the way to go. The message that I'm trying to send here is that you don't need to think about calories if you just adopt little habits that will change the amount of food that you eat. Tiny habits like eating more fiber or eating more foods higher in protein. That's the way you're going to lose the weight, or that's the way that you're going to reach optimal health, just by changing little things. So I'm not saying count your calories, I'm saying eat a bigger breakfast and eat foods that fill you up and also have smaller portion sizes. That has nothing to do with calories. But you see, just by eating a smaller portion size or eating more foods that fill you up, you're going to be eating less food throughout the day. These might not work for everybody. This is just what I've been doing to help me transition from the varsity athlete lifestyle to the NARP lifestyle. And I do think it helps. Like, I drink a ton of water, so that's the first thing, because sometimes when you think you're hungry, you could be bored or just thirsty. So that's why I carry a water bottle around with me, which you could win if you enter the giveaway that I'm doing this week with my 2 classmates. I guess this is my final tip. So I guess there's 5 tips in this video. Basically, those other 4 tips were not an excuse to not work out anymore. You still need to go to the gym. You still need to be physically active. Go on hikes, ride your bike to work. Like, working out is so good for you. I do enjoy physical activity for the most part. So these are just things that I've been doing, and I do think that they actually help, especially when it comes to not being hungry all the time. So hopefully I gave you some ideas on how to transition from the highly active lifestyle to the less active lifestyle, but these might not work for everybody. So if you have some good ideas that you think I missed, definitely comment them below, because I'm sure there are some other people out there who'd love to hear them. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any more suggestions for topics or videos that I should do, definitely comment them below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And also, don't forget to look out for the giveaway, because there's some really great products that we're giving away. If you miss it, you're gonna be missing out on a lot of good stuff, like a nice Nalgene water bottle. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next week.